It's your boy Light back here with another YouTube video, and in today's video we're doing another Let's Talk video, and it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2, or Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. You can choose what you say. I personally say Volume 1 and 2, but yeah, let's get into this. So yeah, again, with these Let's Talk videos, it's kind of like a review, kind of not. It's more freely. I talk more freely about it, and also you can talk about multiple things instead of doing a video for each one of these. But I actually might do a video for each one of these later on down the line, just because. Sorry about that. I was just clearing my throat there, but just because I actually love these movies. These are two of my favorite movies. I really enjoy. Can't wait for the third one. I just and the holiday special too. I am super. I love these movies. They were one of my favorites in the MCU. They've got to be top five, at least one of these. Yeah, but my opinion on the two keeps changing in terms of which one I like better and which one I like. Yeah, which one I like better, basically. But yeah, I kind of have my answer for today. And yeah. So yeah, let's start off with Guardians of the Galaxy #1. This movie was so awesome. I liked everything about it. Music was good, acting was good, special effects were awesome, dialogue was awesome. It was really good, honestly. In my opinion, this is a 10 out of 10 movie. I really enjoy everything. I don't like, I mean, I don't like anything from sorry. I like everything. My apologies. I almost said I don't like anything from the movie. But I do not, I don't know how to say it, but like I have no bad opinions or anything on it, negative opinions on it. I think it's really good. Uh, the cast is super good. They all have good chemistry. All make me laugh, each in their own ways. I mean, Gamora doesn't really make me laugh, but everyone else does. Yeah, I remember when this movie had came out, I don't know, I was like 12 or 11 or something like that when I first saw the movie, right? And I didn't understand who the Guardians of the Galaxy were at the time. So I went there and I was just like, I don't know what to expect here. Long story short, I came out of the movie loving the movie. I really enjoyed it. It was probably one of my favorite movie watching experiences in a theater in my life, honestly. I really enjoyed the first one. The second one was alright experience as well. Same kind of way. Uh, yeah. The first one has very good music. Like James Gunn did an excellent job on both these movies. The music is really well. I actually went out when I was finished watching the movie. I was kind of hooked on the soundtrack. It was really good. I really enjoyed the soundtrack. A lot of the movie's soundtrack, sorry, is really good. Uh, yeah, like even this last time I watched it was like a few days ago. I just finished watching both of them for this video, right? Uh, so yeah, I had watch it now. I'm hooked back on to the soundtrack. I like the soundtrack a lot. Storyline as well. Villain is super good. I really like Ronan. Ronan, back in the day, I hated his guts, and that's how you tell a good villain is whether you hate them, kind of agree with them, slash kind of like them, or if you get no reaction out of them, like when you say his name, be like, whatever. That is not good. And I personally hated him at first. Like I despised him. I didn't really like what he was doing in the movie, and I still kind of don't. But honestly, the character is just so cool, man. I really like the way. I'm not too sure exact. I think his name's Lee Pace plays Ronan. He does an excellent job of playing him. I think he does it really well, and he also did a good job in Captain Marvel. I know a lot of people don't like that movie, But he did a good job in that as well. But that's a different video. I didn't even think I did a video on that yet. Should though. Yeah. Yeah, and then again the cast. You had like Vin Diesel playing Groot. Uh, you had Dave Bautista playing Drax. You had Chris Pratt playing Star Lord. You had sorry, I can't remember his name. The guy who plays Rocket. I don't remember his. You had Michael Rooker playing Yondu. You had Bradley Cooper playing Rocket Raccoon, and Zoe Saldana. Sorry if I mispronounced it, but she played Gamora, and like the list goes on and on. Like they have John C. Riley. There was so many names in there that have good range of acting. Like at times in this movie, you were feeling, oh, laughing. You're laughing, right? And then at certain times you're like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And then third times you're like, oh, this is kind of sad because, especially that Groot death scene. Even though you kind of knew that Groot wasn't really gonna die, like he was probably, you didn't know how it was gonna happen. But yeah, it was still very sad to see him die like that and sacrifice himself. Uh, yeah, that was really good. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to stop talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 1 because I could continuously talk about it. Or actually, one more thing. The movie, if I'm all in all honesty, I think of the movie kind of like Marvel Star Wars. To be honest, with you guys, uh, in terms of the facts of like spaceships and it was I think that also added a lot of like me enjoying it. It was because it was very similar. It wasn't similar, but you could kind of get like a sci-fi Star Wars grasp on it. Like it's similar because the music is obviously very different. Characters are very different. Like there's no superhero beings and or you could say kind of Jedi, but that's a different story. But like the spaceship flying and stuff was awesome. I really liked that Ravager fight at the end. Um, yeah. Let's move on to Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Now this was another good movie. Really enjoyed it thoroughly. All the cast members came back. Whatever. Uh, and this time they added Kurt Russell as a villain, also known as Ego, and also Palm Kelmentif. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I probably did. And she's acting as Mantis. And I must say, this movie was really good. But a lot of people, and myself included, have said that Guardians of the Galaxy 1 set the bar way too high for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And honestly, I think that's right. It was still a good movie. Don't get me wrong. It was just, it really kind of not lowered our expectations, but like we were kind of let down, kind of thing. I mean, it's still a good movie. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I still had no problem. The music, again, very good. Really enjoyed the music as well. Still a lot of comedy and a mix of comedy and action. It was awesome. I really enjoy the comedy. Makes me laugh every time, especially with like Rocket and stuff. Uh, yeah. The more of the focus now was mainly on. I would say Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was all of them assembling as a team, and Star Lord kind of with his mother kind of thing. And some would say Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was kind of about Yondu and Star Lord and kind of Star Lord's father, basically. Uh, so I found that quite interesting in that aspect because because we got a different focus. And we also added some new members of the Guardians of the Galaxy, including Mantis and also you could say Yondu, who, if you believe it or not, personally, I'm not a. Again, I enjoy the Guardians of the Galaxy movie wise. I'm not gonna say I'm a huge fan of the comic book versions of them. I'll read it and stuff, and I understand them, and I understand their members and stuff. But believe it or not, Yondu was actually a founding member of the Guardians of the Galaxy before like Star Lord and all of them were in it, which I found really really cool, interesting. I mean, so yeah, some of it was like a lot of good moments too. Like especially when the Ravengers kind of stuck up for themselves or whatever against Yondu. I did not agree with that, but it was understandable. Uh, yeah, it was it was kind of epic, honestly. Yondu kind of like when Yondu and Rocket were like talking and stuff, and that was just funny. Where he's like, Rocket was like, "Oh, I'm like," he said like something along the lines of, "You're smiling and your teeth look so stupid or whatever or ugly," but he said in a complete other way. Um, that was just funny. I really enjoyed that part. It made me laugh a lot. Uh, yeah, and then the Groot, Rocket, and Yondu on the Ravager ship, just tearing the whole place apart. And that taser face part made me laugh so hard when he's like, "You think a good villain name's a taser face?" Taser face. Now I have the hiccups. Uh, yeah. So now she got the hiccups kind of, but yeah. So that happens. That was really good. A scene really well done. I think the stuff with Peter's father was really well done too, as well. And yeah, the stuff with Peter's father was done really well. Going into this movie, I knew that Ego was secretly like a bad guy because I don't know if it was in the comics or in the like original Guardians of the Galaxy TV show or whatever. The TV show, the animated TV show, whatever. I used to watch that sometimes. But yeah, I kind of knew that Ego wasn't really a good guy. He was really just bad guy. I knew, but the difference is Ego was a planet. In like other stuff, he secretly works for Thanos or whatever. So that was an interesting step, honestly. Um, oh yeah, and also Nebula joined the Guardians of the Galaxy too. I forgot to say that. That was another new member. Uh, yeah, and I continued enjoying the laughs, and it was also really sad because Yondu was trying to. Most of the movie was Yondu trying to prove his purpose, and like I kind of felt bad for the guy because even though he broke the code, it was kind of sad, honestly. Because in the start of the movie, those like the higher up Ravengers, whatever, they basically like, no, Yondu, you'll never hear the horns of whatever when you die or whatever. I don't know what it's called. That's what I'm saying. Whatever. So yeah, and then Yondu's like, ah, like swearing at them and whatever. And yeah, I kind of felt bad there, but yeah, and then in the end, Yondu ended up sacrificing himself for Peter, and then he said that line about being father and stuff, and I thought that was very good, and I was like really sad about that. He died heroically, saving Peter, and then what even made it sadder too is all the Ravengers who said that to Yondu at the start of the movie decided to come and they blew the horns or whatever and did their like hand gesture or whatever to show respect or whatever. So I thought that was really good and also depressed, kind of sad to see. Uh, yeah, that was really interesting. And also Kraglin was, I think, technically he's a part of the Guardians, I guess. I mean, he wasn't really in the Infinity War or anything, but that's a story for a different time. But yeah, one thing I really like about this is the message too it sends with the movie. is like Star Wars, similar to Star Wars. It's kind of the message is you never really need to be blood related to be family. I feel like I'm saying that a lot in these videos. But this one does it really well, especially with the Yondu and the Star-Lord relationship. I think this movie does it really well on that aspect. Uh, yeah, uh, that was pretty good. Again, I think Guardians of the Galaxy set the ball really high for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So yeah, I honestly, I've had thoughts of putting Guardians of the Galaxy 2 over Guardians of the Galaxy 1. But I think I'm going to go Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is the best out of the two. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.